So today on our second episode of Ye Bhi Zaruri Hai, we have a very special guest with us. In a short span of 2 years, he has successfully established his practice in criminal law, which is a very demanding area of law in itself. So let's meet the criminal defense attorney, Mr. Meghan Paul.
Hello. The journey as it started from Campus Law Center was really amazing. And I had this very thing in myself that what I have to do, it was crystal clear for me. So that was something which continued in the journey of these 2 years, had a lot of ups and downs. Of course, there is a lot of ups and downs in everybody's journey. But yeah, it's been a great journey.
Okay, so I just want to ask you that what inspired you to pursue a career in criminal law?
Well, see, I was lucky to get a lot of criminal matters in the beginning of my career. And thereafter which I pursued that only. Most of my matters, around 90 to 90% of my is a criminal. So all of these cases being criminal makes me a criminal lawyer. I've been experiencing that for a while now. I've been doing day in and day out. So that's what makes criminal lawyer. What experience you gain from whatever matters you have. That's what makes you a criminal lawyer or any other as the case.
Okay. So, like in the beginning, you haven't decided that you have to pursue your career in criminal law, right?
I was intrigued by criminal jurisprudence. I used to read that a lot. I used to read a lot of judgments. I do remember, and still I do every now and then. The Supreme Court and other high courts judgment on criminal law, be it procedural aspect or be it any substantive aspect of the jurisprudence. I used to love reading that, and that pushed me to it a lot more.
Unfortunately, you got your cases in this area of law.
Yes, fortunately.
So, being a first generation lawyer, was it easy for you to establish your career as a criminal defense attorney?
See, for a first generation lawyer, I believe things are not as easy as it may seem. I mean, really, it's not. The journey is never so easy. I mean, if you have to make a good journey, if you have to go further, the journey is never easy. It's quite challenging. Every single day, there's a new challenge coming up, and the different challenges in criminal law does not stop only at the ICC. There are a lot of different statutes and different challenges in each statute.
Yes.
So every single day is thing. Every single day gives you a new challenge, and you have to cope up with it.
True, yes. So, what were the challenges that you had to overcome?
Okay,
You have to tell
uh,
them.
I- in that aspect, I take you through my first criminal case. So I got this criminal case. It was a corruption and narcotics matter. There
Okay.
was this SHO of Jangapuri. I would not name him, although there was this SHO who was roped in along with the subordinate officers. They had recovered 164 kgs of ganja from somebody, and they registered an FIR of 1 kg, which makes it a small quantity,
Yes.
which actually very complete effect. Now this came in media, and thereafter Anti-Corruption Bureau, which was the king of the sea, filed FIR, and the SHO was thereafter arrested. Very well. The facts, as I stated, and all of it, and there were certain other facts, just like some statements of other co-accused, statement of a few witnesses which came up after a while, and then we filed for a bail. In when I argued that matter before Miss Kiran Bansal, who happened to be an anti-corruption bureau judge in
Okay.
the exam, so I argued for 20 to 30 minutes on that. And when I was done with my argument, she asked me, "Vakil साहब आज आप नाम बता के जाना."
Oh my God.
So I went to her. I told my name is Meghan, And first question which came up was, "Vakil, कौन से college से हैं?" So I told her I am from Campus Law Center, Kerry Lagira. That is where it all started from, and it never came to stop and shall never.
You recently you were appreciated by the Honorable Chief Justice of India. He said, and I
Yes,
quote, that you have argued well and we will protect your interest. So, what all skills are required to become a good defense attorney?
I'll tell you. See, for a defense attorney, of course, there may be a numerous number of traits which you may require. But the number one trait which I believe is how do you prepare your case? How well you have prepared your case. Of course, preparation is required even in a civil case, but
Yes.
not as much as in a criminal case. The reason being, in a criminal case, you're above the pleadings. You have to think on your own feet unless and until every single fact of the file is on your the tips of your finger. If the facts are not on, then it's going to be tough thinking on your feet. That's the very first thing, the preparation. Secondly, I believe that understanding the judge is very important.
Yes.
What is he reacting to a particular thing? How does he get persuaded by others? So whenever let's say today I had a bill matter, okay, my item number was 9. I went there early. I sat for the first 8 matters and focused only on what the judge is responding to.
Yes.
That gave me, you can say, a manner in which the course of my arguments will have to be shaped.
Okay.
वो बताता है आपको कि आपको आर्ग्यूमेंट कैसे रखनी है एक कोर्ट के सामने, एक जज किस तरीके का, क्या वो एग्रेसिव आर्ग्यूमेंट चले या वहां पे बड़ा हम्बल तरीके से आर्ग्यू करना है, तो आर्ग्यूमेंट में भी किस तरीके से बदलाव
Yes.
में कौन सा फैक्ट होगा जो इमोशनल अपील आपको पहले करनी है या आपको मेरिट पे बात पहले करनी है, ठीक है। ये तो बस एक सिंपल एग्जांपल है, बट इट्स मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स देन दिस, ऑफ कोर्स, बट you have to understand the court, to understand your case first, and you then have to understand the court. Of course, then comes your skill of rhetoric and persuasion. How do you play your facts and the case to after your preparation, after understanding the court? How do you present your case?
Yes.
Whether you explain him the merits of the case first, or whether you give him an understanding of what the law actually is. What I understand, and I'll take 1 minute for this philosophy of mine. What I understand, the criminal law of life, is that there's a box. There's a box. Now, within this box, you can fit in the law. For example, I'll take section 27 of the Indian evidence. What are the ingredients of that? Let us say a confession and a recovery subsequent to that confession. Place this within the then comes my facts. Gives me a better understanding where the facts come. Are they coming within the box or are they coming outside the box?
Still the box. Yes.
Whether the ingredients of the box are complete or not with the facts.
Yes.
Once I see that the ingredients are complete, and if I want them outside the box, it makes me it makes my life easier to put them outside the box. Once I understand the box. So I at times have explained the law to the court first, then gone with the merits of the case. Sometimes I've directly jumped onto the merits. Law at times when, of course, when it's a complex case, let's say of a coroner's act, where the law may not have been so developed, or let's say a case in narcotics, where let's say section 50's interpretation, that is a notice given to the accused person of a right to be personally searched in front of a magistrate or an ACP. that you call a gazetted officer, of course, that right has to be at times explained to the court. What exactly is that right? It's not just giving the notice, but also explaining about that right. If the other side has argued that we've given a notice, I'll have to first explain that it's not just the notice which is mandatorily to be given under Section 50.
Yes.
What what has to be told to the accused is about his rights, whether he understands English language or not. You give the notice in English, he does not understand English, then that notice becomes
Futile. No value.
null and void,
Hmm.
becomes non-est in the eyes of law. So therefore, what how do you present your case? You have to understand by preparing your case and understanding the court. This gives you and this brings you to the third thing. How do you present? How do you persuade the court? And that's, I think, these are the three major things which are very, very important for the criminal defense attorney in any given.
And I think आपने बहुत अच्छे से explain भी किया है इस point को. So, like, if one want to start his journey in this particular area of law, so how should he or she should start? Like, what are the things? Yeah, what is your guideline that you would like to give? What are the?
Well, I believe that, of course, a lawyer at times is very scared, anxious to what will happen in a case. I've argued murder cases. Of course, the murder sentences are death or life imprisonment. But that fear at times has to be, I mean, thrown out of the window where you are. And it is for the young lawyer to experience in his own cases
Yes.
that will make his journey. It is not a senior's case that will make his journey.
Yes.
And at times, somebody getting the case, giving it to the senior, that is not going to. For that person to get a first hand experience and as early as possible, that is something which I found is very interesting. I have done cross examinations in murder cases, I have done cross examination in rape cases, narcotics matters, and other cases. There is at times certain fear, but that you have to take, that you have to deal with the pressure. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all, especially when the witnesses have learned what they've stated in their statement, have been tutored properly. They've read their statements, remembered it completely. You have to prepare well. It is not that easy.
Yes, it is not. So at present, like you have 11 criminal trials going on right now. So I want to tell us.
I have madam, I've 12 murder trials at this stage, not just 11 criminal trials. That makes it a little less. I have 12 trials. I might be having around 7 to 8 narcotics matters, all pertaining to commercial quantity, special cell, NCB, and crime branch, and the other rape and other matters I have.
So, like, tell us more about your cases, the most challenging ones.
Okay, so the most challenging one, well, the most challenging one could be one murder case wherein I'm cross examining. There are three eyewitnesses. My particular defense is that there is no street light. The witnesses who are present there only identified what happened in the previous statement. These witnesses say that there were three people who came on a bike
Hmm.
wearing a helmet, and when they tried to dacoit us, they tried to rob us, one of whose helmet fell off and they had to put it back, and therefore we could recognize his face. Although in this case, there is test identification parade, no identification of the accused has taken whatsoever. And my cross examination in this case is pertaining to only one fact, the identification, firstly, of the eyewitness. Whether the eyewitnesses have an opportunity to identify. Now, this comes from Section 7 of the Indian Evidence Act, whether the person has an opportunity to identify this. How am I going to use? There may be other evidences against, for
Yes.
example, confession and a recovery of a gun put into the a firearm has been recovered and sent to the ballistic. The bullet which has been recovered from the dead body matches the firearm, but still that can be planted.
Yes.
How how do you actually put this defense of yours on record? This is some challenge, I think, for a new or a young lawyer. Everybody can face this challenge, this kind of challenge. That how do you bring this defense of yours on record? Of course, the art of cross examination is an art, and I cannot actually explain it on a video call, but yes, it's going to be brought on record. Partly it has been, one witness is yet to be examined, and it will be fine. But yeah, it is a very very challenging case. It's a very challenging one.
So, like, where do you draw that line, ki whether to take this case or not? So, how do you deal with this moral dilemma?
Well, I never had moral dilemma ever. There is one more case. I can also explain that in a moment. This is an ex-minister's wife was murdered in Delhi, and she was also senior advocate of the Supreme Court. She was murdered in Basant Vihar, and the case is pending before Patiala House Court. There again, there is only one and one eyewitness. The same thing, identification. Now, all the things you have to know when you come to the journey of criminal. What one thing the police officer does not know is the evidence. Which of the statement can work as a res gestae? In six, what can be Section 7's role? What can be Section 8? How do you define motive under 8? Or how do you play with the past subsequent conduct of the accused? Right? All of these things play a very, very vital role. All of these things play a very, very vital role when it comes to defending. And therefore, it is very important for one to actually understand this part of students a lot. You cross examine, what questions you ask for cross examine, what questions you don't have to ask for a cross. Sometimes you can ask a question that is going to be fatal for you.
Yeah.
Had you never asked, it would have been better in a case.
It's all about presence of mind, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about presence of mind. You don't have cross examination in civil law, in an arbitration trial. You don't have it in the high court. You do it only in the trial court. And that's where every meat is prepared. So the high court, you will only see what happened in prosecution witness number one. What did he say? When in appeal, I'm doing also one appeal, the high court is murder appeal. So what we present is only what the prosecution witness number one, two, and three said. The story, not the charge sheet. Only what comes out in the chief in the cross examination. बस वही होता है और कुछ.
So, at the end, I just want to ask you, ki, what is that one piece of advice you would like to give our young lawyers?
Well,
Budding
my
lawyers, I would say.
I would suggest everybody to actually go out in this war. It's like a war. You have to fight it out. You have to fight it out and fight it out the best you can. Maybe in your favor, the fate at times is not in your favor. But you have to fight it out. You don't have any choice.
You don't have any other option.
But you can also give it to me as well. But you have to fight it out. You don't have to.
So, Meghan, it was really a very interesting talk with you. I hope our viewers are going to gather a great deal of information from this talk.
Thank you, well. Thank,
Thank you. Like, thank you that you came on this platform. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights with us.
thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too, Meghan. Thank you.